Welcome back to another episode. See, my dog's excited about this. He gets to talk about John Cena one final time. But you know, goddamn well, we're a nostalgia act. We love our pro wrestling. We love the old school. So we will end up talking about him somewhere on down the line. So this is our personal top 10. We did Sportster's top 10, and we asked everyone to give us ideas for our top 10s, right?
We did.
Nothing. I got nothing.
Shout out to a couple of people who did send me recommendations in the comment section of the videos that I did. I've had quite a few people DMing me, recommending me. I was in a live before where I was doing live reactions to Cena matches that I've not seen for a while. Did they influence my decisions? Yes, some of them did, because I've not seen them for a while. So my top 10 list has been updating itself by the hour heading up to this podcast today.
I am probably, when it comes to John Cena, yes, I'm rocking the John Cena t-shirt today. I am not what you would call a Cena mark. So yeah. My top 10 has always been the top 5, and then 6 through 10 has been fluid. Rhys hates that, but that's fine because it's my top 10.
You know what else is fluid? You know what else is fluid that I don't like? Diarrhea. Get it locked in. Get it locked in. Got mine on pen to paper.
I have mine text message, so it can be deleted.
Yeah, literally. I on the move as we go. Change his mind, folks. You know? He's trying to pull a fast one on me.
See, I knew he was going to do that.
Yeah. What an act of cowardice, writing him down in a text message.
I mean, who knows? Maybe one of my picks is going to be a match that he had in Toronto.
Oh, yay! He said Toronto. How about joining you on that one?
So number 10 on my list, since I'm locking it in, would have to be
You've got me in anticipation here. 1 Night Stand 06.
Yes.
Okay. You had me locked in anticipation then for a minute, dude. Ooh.
One Night Stand 06, because it meant so much to the wrestling world as a whole. And like I said last week when Sportster put it in their list, and by the way, I'm looking at Sportster's list as well. I kind of have 2 screens going here. They had it at 19. I have it at 10. And the reason I have it at 10 is because it ignited. Hold on. Gotta fix my microphone.
No, I could hear you. You
okay.
Good. You good.
I have it at 10 because it ignited the Edge Cena rivalry. Like, it really kind of let it take off. And that, to me, is one of Cena's top 3 rivals. I mean, you can't, you talk Edge, Orton, and The Rock, or Edge, Orton, Daniel Bryan.
Oh, so you're kind of using like the Van Damme match as a catalyst to
Yes.
Yeah. It's funny because we were talking about this last week, weren't we?
Yeah, that's why number 10 is definitely this match. It has nothing to do with Rob Van Dam. It has everything to do with what Cena did in that match. He was at its very best going into ECW territory, into ECW's house, and not giving zero fucks.
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. I agree.
And that's why that is my number 10.
I think Cena always does his best work on foreign territory as well. Like when he's definitely not the favorite. He's never really the favorite, but when he's totally outmatched by the fans and they're on this side, like, yeah, we all want this guy to win, and no one likes you. I think that's when Cena does his best work.
Yeah,
I get that. My number 10 is I'm going to go for the Fatal 4-Way at Backlash 2007. This is the carry on from the WrestleMania 23 match with Shawn Michaels, except you have got Edge and Randy Orton in the mix here. Just a beautiful continuation. I like to compare it to the year before, kind of when Triple H had a fantastic match at WrestleMania 22. And then you went on to Backlash and had the triple threat with Edge. So it's basically everything that was great about the first match, and then you dabble on a little bit of something else amazing. You're never going to miss. So Shawn Michaels, at this point, had been having a heated rivalry with John Cena, trying to grab the WWE Championship off him. He had recently beat him in that amazing match in the UK that lasted about 45, 50 minutes. And he was headed into this match with a bit of momentum. As we know, there was a bit of tension between Rated RKO around this time. This was about the time that they started to really break up and have problems with each other. Very famous end to this match where Shawn Michaels super kicks John Cena onto a prone Randy Orton. 1, 2, 3. Cena retains the championship. Makes it into my top 10. I think this is a solid match, and it's one of my favorite Fatal 4-Ways of all time.
That is a very good match. That made my honorable mention. Just so you know. That was one of the ones that, like I said, my list until recently was fluid.
Ain't nothing fluid passing through this podcast. You understand?
Yeah, I mean.
Not I mean.
We're all gas, no brakes.
Exactly.
So, next up, my number 9 is one that I struggled with. I put it here at 9. It probably should be closer to the top 5. But It is Judgment Day 05, the I Quit match with JBL.
Same here. Same here.
Really?
Yeah, that's my number 9 as well.
Great minds think alike, right?
Yeah, right.
That match had everything. And like you said last week, it was a situation of where Cena did what he said he wasn't going to do. Like, he's like, all right, and then he goes and does it.
Yeah,
like, that moment sealed the deal to put it at 9 for me, because I actually went back after last week and I watched that over, and I was like, all right, this has to be in my top 10. And it was just a matter of trying to find where, and it landed at 9. Because it was such a violent match. Like, it was probably seen as one of his top 3 most violent matches that he had.
I totally agree. And it's a little bit like what we said last week as well. It really felt like Cena had something to prove in this match. This was really the staging ground for how the company was going to carry on with his WWE Championship reign. He'd only just beat JBL at that year's WrestleMania. And this match determined whether he could run with the big boys, I suppose, and he really came out of the block swinging. JBL on his own behalf did a great job, a good dance partner with Cena in this match, but this was really the very first time that Cena had done a match like this. I mean, people point to obviously the Undertaker from 03, Eddie in 04, but this was on like the main event scale. This was really the time for Cena to show what he had. And yeah, I understand why you have got it in your top 10 for the same reason I've got it in mine.
Number 8, this might start an argument, but I have Royal Rumble 17, Cena and Styles at 8.
Why? Okay.
It in my opinion, I tried not to have repeats of people of opponents. I tried not to, but it's going to be very difficult. This is a situation where I picked this one over SummerSlam just because, like we talked last week, I think it's a better match than the SummerSlam match. As like from bell to bell, I just think AJ and John put on a fucking masterclass match in that night, and it's just my favorite. Then you fast forward to this year's SummerSlam, and that I struggled not to, because newsflash, that one's not in here either. This past year's SummerSlam, when they did all the tribute stuff, that to me was really super cool, but just not.
Oh, right, the AJ match from this year. Right, I'm sorry, I thought you were talking about Cody.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Cody, because that was SummerSlam this year, right?
Yeah. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then it was.
I got confused as well then.
Yeah, this year's AJ match is an honorable mention for me because I just loved the nostalgia, just loved everything. But the Royal Rumble 17 comes in at number 8 for me.
No, that's a good pick. And it's like what I said to you last week, and we agreed on this. My favorite's the other one, but if someone was to turn around and say to me, I prefer the Royal Rumble, I would have absolutely no problem with it, because like in terms of those matches, it's really like 1A, 1B. Like they're both amazing. Like they're both fantastic matches. You can't really, it's very hard to choose, and it just comes down to personal preference, doesn't it, really? So
what do you have at 8?
My number 8 is the TLC match from Unforgiven 2006, Edge versus John Cena. The culmination of what essentially was a year-long rivalry between these two. At the start of the year, obviously, you had Edge cashing in Money in the Bank, winning his first WWE Championship. Cena wins it back at the Royal Rumble. They carry on feuding for the rest of the year, in and out. Obviously, Edge comes and costs Cena that one night stand, what we'd previously discussed before. Holds it all the way to Unforgiven on his home turf, Toronto. He said Toronto in his own match, the TLC match.
Hey, he's from there.
He's from there. In a TLC match that at the time Edge had never lost a TLC match, so the odds were definitely in his favor. I recently went back and rewatched this as early as about 2 hours ago, so it was a lot more violent, a lot more table spots than I remember from this. Obviously, everyone remembers the very famous AA off the top of the ladders through the tables, but there was a lot of violence in this match. Lita caught an FU for her troubles as well. There's a very cool moment where Lita hits Cena in the back, who then falls into Edge, who goes through a load of tables. Really, really cool moment. Yeah, there was always going to be an Edge match on my top 10 for John Cena's list, and this is the one.
You put it at 8. I put it at 7.
No, we're thinking very closely. Like mine's all right here, dude. I'm liking it. I'm loving it.
For all the same reasons. The table spots were just freaking awesome.
They really were.
So, yeah, I mean, like, I hate picking, like, it feels like I'm piggybacking, but everything that you said, and is perfect for that match because it had a little bit of everything. It had, like you said, the table spots. It had the rivalry itself was just amazing.
Mm. It really was. Like that's why I remember 2006. That was really the year of Edge and Cena.
So, who was your 7?
My number 7 was, and we had a long discussion about this last week when we was discussing the Sportster top 15 or whatever it was. And I went back and watched all 3 matches, and my opinion of which one is the best has changed. My number 7 is Kevin Owens Elimination Chamber 2015. Now, originally I said the second match was the best, but I'm going to go with this because number 1, Kevin Owens wins, which I thought was very, very important. And going back and watching it, it solidifies that. Kevin Owens really fighting like he had something to prove. Cena adapting for the first time he had done in a while to a new up-and-coming talent style. And this was really the year of John Cena. John Cena had some fantastic matches in 2015. Some that we will get to more later on in my list, spoilers. But this was like really the start of like the renaissance of John Cena's career. After 2015, he'd go on to have amazing matches with AJ Styles. He'd go on to have good matches with Shinsuke Nakamura, with Cesaro. Obviously, the stuff that we've seen this year from him. So, yeah, Kevin Owens versus John Cena definitely lands at my number 7.
Okay. So number 6 for me is from, gosh, what was it? Yes, I had to remember what year it was. Over the Limit 10 with Batista, the I Quit match.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, that's in my honorable mentions. I'm glad you've put it on your list because it does deserve love.
It's the moment, to me, the moment where Cena AAs him off that car through the stage.
Yeah.
That will live in my head rent free, and making it so where that solidified John Cena as, I'm like, all right, so I can root for this guy now, because like Batista's like, no, and he dumps him anyway, just like he did to JBL.
Yeah. He says I quit, and then he does it anyway.
Yeah. So again, it's that match for sure.
Very underrated feud, that Cena and Batista from like the 2009 2010 era. Very underrated feud.
Yeah, very underrated. But that was one because I just like scrolled through. The only other Batista match that they had on the Sportster is
I think it might be the SummerSlam one. Like I think that's where it ends, where Cena goes for a leg drop off the top rope and he catches him in a Batista bomb, and I think he legit hurts him and injures him.
Yeah, SummerSlam 08 was the only one that they had from Batista.
Yeah.
So this Over the Limit 10 will live rent free. Like I all I can think of is I quit. Dump him. It's like, all right, you're a dick, but you're a dick I can get like be okay with. You know what I mean? Like I like seeing that.
One of those moments where you're like, oh, Cena's supposed to be the biggest babyface and does like the biggest dick thing ever.
Yeah.
Like
he does it twice in his career. He did it to JBL and he did it to Batista.
Yeah. He's like, okay, I won the match. See you. Goodbye anyway. You gotta love it.
That's number 6 for me.
My number 6 is Raw 2007. I briefly mentioned it before. John Cena versus Shawn Michaels in that 50-minute long match at the end of Raw in the UK. Again, everything that they did at WrestleMania without the pressure of being on a pay-per-view, just being allowed to go at it for nearly an hour on Raw. Fantastic end to the match. Just a game of chess all the way through this match where they try to avoid each other's finishes. John Cena goes up for the FU. Shawn Michaels slips off the back straight into Sweet Chin music. 1, 2, 3. It's a shame it wasn't for the WWE Championship because Shawn Michaels puts on, again, one of the best performances in his career, really showing why his second run was far better than his first run in WWE.
Okay.
I love that match.
My next one, number 5, I'm going to assume that you probably put this closer to 1.
Okay.
Cena, Lesnar, Rollins, Royal Rumble 15. That is my number 5.
Very good choice and a very good spot as well, in my opinion, that you've done it there.
I think this match just had every corner covered, so to speak. Like it had it had Brock Lesnar just being an absolute monster. It had Seth Rollins during his climb to greatness. Like he was still kind of tick-tocking, so to speak. He was still climbing.
Yeah, he was
then
only
you had
John Cena.
And then you had John Cena, who was just John Cena. You know, he was the dude. So it had everything. And it was just, I don't know. It was Brock Lesnar being Brock Lesnar at the end of the day.
A very enjoyable match, and the way I'll describe it to you is, this is a match that you just don't get tired of going back and watching. It's just a fun match to watch, and it was before people got tired of the Brock Lesnar formula, and there's a moment in this match where Cena's just hitting AAs on Lesnar, and he just keeps standing up, like stumbling around, and like Cena just keeps hitting AAs on him. And he just keeps getting up, and it's like, oh my god, this guy's a monster! Like he's getting pushed like absolute Godzilla. Yeah, what a match this is, and you are correct in assuming that this is on my list, but not at number 5. This might be controversial. My number 5 is John Cena versus CM Punk, Money in the Bank 2011.
Wow.
Yeah. Makes it into the top 5, but only just into the top 5. What do you say about this match that's not already been said? CM Punk's walking out as a WWE champion if he is able to topple John Cena. He is literally walking out of the company. The atmosphere in Chicago for this was like nothing we've ever seen. The fact that it was the first 5-star match in WWE in over 10 years says a lot. The chemistry that these two have is absolutely undeniable. We even saw it this year in 2025, both in the Elimination Chamber and in the singles match that they had. But we'd then go and see it in further matches that they would have that year and in 2013. CM Punk really knows how to play up to his home crowd here. He really knows how to really be the Joker to John Cena's Batman. These two just know each other extremely well. Maybe, possibly, each other's best rival. I would certainly say so. I prefer the CM Punk rivalry over the Randy Orton rivalry. Don't know if that's controversial. That's just for me. But yeah, CM Punk versus John Cena from Money in the Bank, absolute classic. Don't really know what else to say about that.
That one is also on my list. It'll come here shortly. But that you're right. That it was, and again, I'll reiterate I'll echo basically what you just said. It is John Cena, CM Punk. It is Batman, Joker. It is the only other person that I would, as far as the match quality, I think Orton did have better storytelling matches. Like
Mhm.
With Punk and Cena, I feel like they did most of the their storytelling via microphone.
Very true. Yeah, like a yin and yang on the microphone as well.
Yes. But Orton and Cena told more of the story in ring and through just their motions, like during their matches. I felt, and that's why at number 4 I have Breaking Point 2009 at number 4, the I Quit match.
Oh yeah, beautiful match
with Orton. This showed everything Randy Orton was able to do. It showed the never give up formula that had worked so well for Cena throughout his whole career. It was just a chair shot after chair shot after chair shot. It had Cena being handcuffed to the ring post. It was just, again, gratuitous violence, but it told a story. It did what it was supposed to do, and that's why it lands at number 4 for me.
Do you remember when I said to you before we went live, I've had to make some very, very hard decisions and sacrifices for this list?
Yeah.
That was one of them.
Wow.
I really struggled to not put that on my list, because of how good it is, like you say. I just had to make it. It was a coin flip of a decision to not be on my list. To be honest with you.
Okay. I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Number 4 for me is where I put the triple threat, the Lesnar, Rollins, Cena.
Okay.
For every single reason that we've just discussed. But like I say, this is just a match that I don't get tired of watching. I think it captured everybody in a perfect position in the career. Like I say, the up and coming Seth Rollins, Authority Seth Rollins, Money in the Bank Seth Rollins, 2015 Seth Rollins. A guy who people argue that was the peak of one of the peaks of his career. That was really the start. Lesnar, again, not a lot of people have got tired of the shtick. And then you just got Cena, who at that point in his career knew exactly what he was doing, knew exactly the role that he needed to perform in that match, be the veteran, steer the match with Brock, help Rollins look like $1 million, and to make Brock Lesnar look like a monster. Everyone knew how to help each other look fantastic in this match. Shout out to Brock for all the selling that he did, all the non-selling sometimes, which made the match even more interesting. Shout out to Rollins for just flipping everywhere, flop and flying everywhere. And shout out to Cena for putting over Rollins as the new guy, as the new threat. That's my number 4. Royal Rumble 2015, the only good match on the show.
So we're in our top 3 now, right?
We are the nitty gritty now.
Number 3 for me. This one was hard for me, but it was Cena Lesnar Extreme Rules 12.
Yeah.
It was the birth of Suplex City.
Yeah. 100%.
And Cena showed so much in this match specifically that he was and if you've noticed, there's a lot of my matches that I picked that Cena actually lost. Yeah. And that's where I want to, I always joked around about how Cena was the Hogan, the less racist, the non-racist version of Hogan. That I'm not putting anyone over. I'm going to bury everybody. No, he actually didn't bury that many people.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean?
there was definitely flashes of him recognizing great talent.
Yeah,
I agree with
and I
that.
think he knew that Brock was Brock, and Suplex City turned into a thing, and I mean, Brock just gave Cena a beating,
He
and
really did. Yeah.
you know, like, and not to be morbid, but yeah, that's number 3 on my list because I I wanted to see Cena. I wanted to see like AJ Styles would say, someone beat up John Cena, and that's what we saw.
Fact.
But it was a very well put together match, I thought, as well. It was just an entertaining match. It had violence. It had it had everything these two men are capable of doing, and they were just phenomenal.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's such a controversial ending. A lot of people, even to this day, argue that Brock Lesnar should have won. I say I don't think it did him too much damage, seeing as where we are with him
No,
now.
no, I think he's
Um,
okay.
yeah, I think he did just fine. Uh, People get lost in the weeds arguing about that. They ignore that this is an absolutely phenomenal match. Yeah, I can see why it's in
That's
your
number
top
3
three.
on my list.
Speaking of phenomenal, Royal Rumble 2017, AJ Styles versus John Cena. This is where it lands on my list, number 3. Um, Unbelievable match, beautiful match. Cena winning his 16th time with Ric Flair. Another guy, AJ Styles, who is just able to bring out the best in John Cena, able to understand John Cena's limitations and his strengths, and he's able to totally work around that, make him look brilliant, like teach him some new moves. Apparently, I think I saw a little clip in the documentary that Cena would go around and ask people like AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, Cesaro, etc. To teach him some new moves that they think that he could do. And you really saw this in this rivalry where we'd be pulling out Code Reds, Hurricane Ranas, etc. Stuff that you wouldn't really see Cena do, like cutters. Yeah, and I think, like I say, AJ made him look fantastic, and the fact that he matched Ric Flair's record on this night, the cherry on top. This is my favorite. In my top 3 favorite matches that Cena's ever done.
My number 2 is the 55-minute, close to being an Iron Man match in the UK with Shawn Michaels. That lands at number 2 for me.
Totally respect that.
And the reason and again, like I said last week, it was a hell of a match.
Mm-hmm.
And I give a lot of credit to the people performing, because we are looking at 2 of the top 10 greatest professional wrestlers of all time with Cena and Shawn. But it took place in the UK, and like I said last week, the fans make the match that much better.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I will give you guys all the credit in the world, because you guys appreciate it. I don't know if you guys appreciate it more, or if you just appreciate it, you just have more of a desire for it. I'm just trying to figure that out. Like,
I think we save up all of our passion just because we don't have as many shows as you.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is.
But yes, that one's number 2 on my list. I know it appeared higher for you, but so we won't exhaust the topic anymore. But yeah, that is number 2 on my list for all the reasons you said, and just the crowd in general was chef's kiss.
100%. Beautiful match, but one of the best TV matches that we have ever seen. And I love the fact that you've got it as at number 2, because I also have a TV match at number 2. It is Monday Night Raw 2013.
Punk should have won. Punk should have won. Punk should have won.
Winner faces The Rock at WrestleMania 29. And like you just said, CM Punk versus John Cena. This for me, I love the Money in the Bank match. I do. But this for me eclipses that match. I think this is the culmination of, I'll compare it to, when you see all these superhero movies, like Captain America Civil War, which is a fantastic movie. And it's great, stand on its own, it's unbelievable. And then you go and watch Infinity War, and you're like, wow, I didn't think they could top that. But because these characters and these people have been developed all at the same time, and they know each other's characters inside and out, CM Punk and John Cena at the pinnacle of their strengths. CM Punk had just come off the longest WWE Championship reign of the modern era. John Cena just had a fantastic year facing Brock Lesnar the year before, coming off a victory, a loss over The Rock, but still a fantastic match the year before at WrestleMania. All of the points on the line here. Winner faces The Rock. I agree. Should have been Punk, but the magnitude of this match required things that I've not seen in WWE for years. CM Punk pulling out the package pile driver, which was a great move because it actually got a genuine reaction out of the crowd, like a gasp, and even from the commentators. I don't think they saw that coming either. Yeah, this was a fantastic match. A lot of people say it should have been a triple threat at WrestleMania. I 100% agree. But as far as this match goes by itself, these two are the definition of knowing each other inside out, perfect dance partners. CM Punk versus John Cena. Only just not number one on my list.
Number one, all I have to do is go. It's Money in the Bank 11.
Yeah.
I'm a CM Punk guy. CM Punk should have beat him at Raw, but I mean, hey, you can't win them all. But he won it and kissed, assumingly. And another reason, again, it's a Cena list, so I don't want to go too off the rails for CM Punk. But that is also I'm pretty sure that's the first night. Cult of Personality was CM Punk's theme song with that Money in the Bank 11.
Do you know what? And I am just as shocked as you that I'm about to tell you. I thought for a very long time it was. I have literally gone back and watched this match after I can't remember how long, right? It must have been about 10 years since I've seen that match. Not seen it very often. He came out to This Fire Burns. I was shocked.
Really?
He did, yeah. I was shocked. Because in my head, I can picture him coming out. Obviously, he's got the white Chicago shirt on. So I always associate that, like you, with the Cult of Personality. He comes out to This Fire Burns. And I was like, really? Yeah.
I guess that's like the Mandela effect.
Yeah. I'm the same as you. Exact same as you. I always thought it was Cult of Personality, but apparently not.
Huh.
Yeah.
Well,
totally. I've literally just turned that match off now. As I've come on the podcast, because like I say, I was live, watching a couple of old CM Punk matches. That was the last one that I watched, and I was shocked. I was like, am I watching the right match here? And so I obviously looked up the name of it, and I was like, yeah, Money in the Bank 2011. He was still using This Fire Burns.
Huh. So it must have been in that Raw, or because he must have. It makes me. You can go ahead and say yours, and I'm going to Google when he used it first, and because that makes me kind of wonder.
I'm going to assume it was when he first came back. Do you know when Cena won the title off Ray? It must be when he came out at the end of that night. It has to be, because it was definitely around that time. That's my assumption anyway. I mean, I'm as intrigued as you, but that would be my guess. That Raw that Cena beat Ray for the title, and then Punk came out and held up the original WWE Championship.
Yes, it was. It was.
Okay.
It says CM Punk debuted Living Colors Cult of Personality as his WWF entrance theme on July 25th, 2011. during his dramatic return to Monday Night Raw after walking out weeks prior.
There you go. Then yeah. Like I said, like that surprises me. But when I realized it didn't, my mind started racing. I was thinking, then when did he start using it? And that was the first guess that I came to.
Huh.
Crazy.
So your number one, sir.
I think you can guess what my number one is. So SummerSlam 2016, AJ Styles versus John Cena.
Okay.
And for many of the reasons why Kevin Owens versus John Cena was fantastic. A totally different style for Cena to adapt to. AJ Styles, obviously, this was part of their beautiful trilogy that they had. This was AJ Styles' big grand performance of SummerSlam. His first year on the roster. This was Styles' coming out party. He'd already done some great work that year against your Jerichos. He'd already started feuding with Cena at this point. But this was really on a big stage that AJ Styles introduced himself to the next level of professional wrestling. Everyone who had watched TNA, had watched the Indies, had watched Japan, knew who AJ Styles was. But for the WWE loyalists to put him on one of the big four against the poster boy of the company for the past, 12 years really says something. And he won. And it was one of John Cena's best matches, my personal favorite best John Cena match. And really going back to what I was saying before, a massive part of the renaissance of John Cena's latter half of his career, where he would just pull out bangers out of his ass. Really, this is a testament to not only the fact that Cena is willing to learn and adapt to new styles, no pun intended, and learn new moves to keep up with the newer generation of wrestlers, but also a testament to AJ Styles really to bring his own flavor of indie wrestling into the game and at the same time adapt to the WWE formula. And it just melded together absolutely perfectly, combined with the fans, a loyal fan base. AJ Styles had his like big fan base there, and they were absolutely buzzing when he won. There's no comparison for me. Added to the fact that the GOAT Mauro Ranallo was on commentary, and I don't know how much better you can get.
Very good list this week, Rhys. I definitely can see every aspect of every match that you picked and why you picked it. I think our lists are pretty interchangeable. I didn't have a lot of emissions. I left the Daniel Bryan match off.
I like you say, like interchangeable. A lot of the matches that are on your list that aren't on mine, I say a lot. I'd say like 2 or 3 that aren't on my list are in my honorable mentions, and what I can assume with you is vice versa as well.
Yes.
The Daniel Bryan one is on my honorable mentions as well. As is the Eddie Guerrero parking lot brawl. Only just missed out on my top 10.
I mean, all those, and again, we look back at Cena's just legacy. I mean, we could talk about his best promos. It is just so many different. He has had so many different layers. He's almost, I'm gonna sound like it's almost blasphemous what I'm about to say. He has almost eclipsed Hogan in the greatness and of being a bigger icon than in the world of wrestling. Just because Hogan, again, he was a superhero. He was a larger than life character. Cena took what Hogan's laid, like the foundation, and took it from here to here. Like
Yeah.
he elevated more. We talk about the Stone Colds and the Rocks who took what Hogan started and like a couple upticks. Cena took that, strapped a rocket to it, and fucking went to the moon.
Oh, 100%. And all due respect to the Attitude Era, but after the Attitude Era was done, WWE was not in a good place in terms of the product, in terms of the stars that they had left. So, the Attitude Era was good, but it was kind of left in a bit of a destitute position. Shout out to John Cena, who really carried the company on his back and like pulled them through dark times.
Not necessarily hard times.
Not
Like
hard
dark.
times, baby. No, not hard times, baby.
So that closes our list for this week. And again, we say this every week. If you have any lists that you want us to break down, maybe next week, in the spirit of the holidays, we'll switch it all up, not go wrestling, and do our favorite Christmas movies. And guarantee one will be on the list of mine that will piss off everybody.
I'm very intrigued to find out what that would be. Very intrigued, but I'm sure I'll find that out if we end up doing that list.
I mean, I'm game for that list to do a non-wrestling list and do.
I'm fine with that as well.
So next week, join us. So that's next week on Tuesday. It would be the 16th. That would put us 9 days away from, 9 days prior to Christmas. We will run down our top 10 Christmas movies of all time.
We're trying to do a wrap up for the year as well, right? We look out for that as well.
That
At some point,
hopefully, if the dominoes fall where they could, we're looking at Tuesday, December 23rd.
Awesome. Yeah, that works perfectly for me.
That is a Christmas present from Huge Pop Entertainment to you, the fans. We will have Scott and I and Rhys will be running down. I need to put together the categories for, and they consist of best male athlete or best male superstar of the year, and it is not just WWE. It's WWE, AEW, TNA, New Japan. If you're so brave as I mean, if you're into that glorified indie stuff over in Japan, I guess.
You fucking Mark.
Shout out to my boy. Shout out to our boy Ross. He loves himself some New Japan.
He really does. You gotta love it.
So anyway, so keep an eye out for that. We'll talk a little bit more about that next week at the end of the show. But next week is Christmas. The top 10 Christmas movies. So yeah, if you guys have anything, leave it in the comment section. We do enjoy reading them, like when you guys do. Shout out to the people who have been in here. Rafi was in here. Matt the Duelist was in here. You probably know this person, not Eggy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was in here. Shout out to him. And then there's a couple other ones that were random ass names from YouTube.
You gotta love a random ass name from YouTube. Much love to you as well.
Yeah. And if you want to give us where you're from, we'll give you a shout out. Like if you're from Toronto or
Yay!
But if you might not be from Toronto. You could be from Winnipeg. You idiot.
You idiot.
So
I'm trying to grow my damn beard in.
that's from Alberta. So thanks again, guys, and like always, we'll see you next time.